Hi everyone, and Dragon with you. So today we have the Great Storm event, and this time I decided to share my day 3 video about how I do this event. So you can check my channel for getting the general idea of how to spend emeralds into energy, just in case you still need it. So let's say I use the plan which I used all the time. That's how I get locations, but this time I did not collect the top right buff because I didn't plan just to get all the locations done, and that's why I have the amount of storm resistance which is maxed, but I don't have this buff just to save one move, right? So actually what we have here is I need to go into the center. So I usually target the 200 location to make sure that I can survive the difference of storm resistance. If you play ODH team, so it's based on Dorian where Orion heals himself, and probably you don't have this problem. But I play a physical team, so that's my physical team. You see that it's kind of powerful. And well, just for you, I can change it so that it looks like ODH team. So I'll remove my characters. I won everything on full auto. I didn't even need to command. This team works on synergy of armor penetration and Yasmine terrible damage during that armor penetration. Also, Chinmao removes armor from opponent and makes him blind. So I would say you can use ODH team, which is kind of classic, right? But if you don't have ODH, well, maybe you have ODF. So let me try to win this location using ODF team. The idea is pretty simple. So Celeste is my healer, and also she buffs magic attack to the entire team, and Astro needs to survive long enough. The idea. Will not super control everything, I guess. So I play auto mode. I need Asteros to survive long enough, or at least resurrect, and then check this out. So Celeste is my healer. We need to survive. The main team will copy the ability of Orion, which means we have kind of special attack. So not great, right? That's not great, but actually we won. So I played my best tank to make this team survive. The core of the team was Orion, Faceless, and Dorian. Obviously, you can play ODH, Classic, right? And you can play another healer so that your frontline tanks survive better. But anyway, that's one of options what you can do. When you collect 200 resistance, you can go easily into the center of the storm and fight the boss. I recommend 210, 205 as you wish. And after you defeat the boss, you just know exactly where the final chest is. So my recommendation when you play treasure hunting, just clean everything around, then easily go inside the inner circle. You can play another stack, just don't no need to copy my own stack. So let me show you another team which kind of works here. So the idea is pretty same, but this time I base my attack on physical damage, not on magic damage. And the more resistance you have, the better damage you can deal because the storm reduces the damage you deal, not just deals damage to your own, right? So if you manage to remove the storm, you are more effective. That's the key. So just some mistakes in control from me. Dorian helps my backline to survive. Also remember that Chinmao attacks the front line, which means she will heal from the opponent. Same happens if I jump Yasmine into the opponent, which has Dorian's ability above, resulting into fast healing of my characters. Also, I play Axel to make this team survive longer. I can't say that my team is super effective, but anyway, that's just a basic setup. Obviously, I could play Marsa instead of Dorian, so This option is used when you need to survive just before Marsa's activation. So I'll swap her into Marsa, right? So I swap Dorian into Marsa and keep fighting. This time we have only 10 resistance, which means it's not super scary, right? Third option, which I would like to mention, Jew. So if you have a powerful Jew team like Jew, Sebastian, maybe Nebula, then it's also a good idea to fight and to win the inner circle to survive. Okay, so when you're ready, this caution will disappear. So now it seems we're not ready for that, right? So that's why while I have some move points, I just go forward, get some locations. I guess this time I'll stop on 205, maybe 210. So most locations I can full auto. Sometimes I can use my Yasmine targeting for removing the most annoying enemy unit, like priest, which heals the opponent, or like some mages at the backline. So Yasmine with Axel interacts just greatly. You can control her where she jumps, what she does, etc. And when you go to the inner circle, if you do everything correctly, then other location will not be a super hard problem in case you have enough resistance. If you just want to kill the boss, not to treasure hunt this event, then I really recommend you to remove the part which refers to below the boss and refers to some locations on the road. And after that, when you collect 210 resistance, you can jump straight into the central location and plan 2 or 3. So that's my casual plan, which I use kind of every time this event happens. And as a result, I get kind of all rewards possible. Okay, so let me just jump there. So I collected all the packages around, right? So it's time to go to the boss. My basic setup is pretty similar to what I had before. I can swap Esteros with Corvus to get more damage. And in general, the core of my team will be pretty safe. So we have a typical dialogue, which happened every time. Map is also same. So it's time to remove the boss. And the idea is really simple. So if you play Celeste as I do, then probably you need her to swap into light mode. Then you swap her into dark mode when your Mars system is active. I mean the healing. The T party should be active. In case you manage to do that, everything looks okay. So for now, you need to survive till her tea party is ready. I really recommend to use Esteros instead of Corvus in case somebody dies. I just did it because I'm confident. Okay? Maybe I'm wrong, but check this out. So we survived the first part. Now you see that the tea party is gone, so we can kind of heal ourselves. Next is we go to some healing. And look, so now we gain some. When Celeste can be a damage. So Celeste isn't just your healer. She also can add some damage. And when she rerolls, she creates a sphere which helps the most damaged unit, which means you can save one unit by simple reroll mechanic. And during the tea party, you can make in Celeste your damage dealer, which is kind of great. So for now, I need to heal herself. Others feel okay. I don't recommend autoplay unless you Jew team or OBH team, so that team doesn't really require your control, and people say you are kind of fun. Just for my case, I use Celeste, that's why I need some manual controlling to be more effective. It looks like I'll need 3 attacks this time because, well, my setup isn't the best one. But I rely on physical damage, and that's probably my best damage team. That's it. So Faceless is kind of a double agent. First of all, she's your healer, but also she's your damage dealer, which is pretty great. Why I play Marsa? So I play Marsa because we have a backline protection when you play Marsa. So it's kind of a backward tank. If things go terrible, then you can swap Celes back to healing mode and just keep playing as you are there. So you can reroll her twice to get healed, or you can just reroll her once to get instant effect. So looks like we managed to remove half of the boss this way, right? So with the boost from Marsa, we removed half of the boss. Looks kind of OP. And Corvus is also your damage. Now let's try to change something. So if I change Dorian with Marsa, that will result into less damage because I will not have the speed boost, and at the same time we will have some trouble with healing to other characters. That's why probably I will keep everything as it is and just run another setup with same idea. So if I control everything properly, that should be okay. If I make a mistake, then we can lose. I didn't like just recording videos like this because I often needed 3 type, kind of 3 attacks. That's why I told, well, did something wrong, so maybe I need to do better or something like that. And this ideal. So once again, if you have a powerful Jew, then you can obviously play a Jew team here. If you have a powerful ODH, then it's just great. You just stand around your Dorian and feel great about it. If you don't have neither Jew team nor ODH team, then you can try some other setups. So just keep in mind that the storm will bite you hard, so you need, I would say, maybe a double healer or Dorian as your healer standing around him. And you need to make sure your backline is properly covered. So Marsa is a great backline tank. You see that now she is defending our back. And also, I would say maybe we can play Nebula here. I'm not sure because the Nebula healing rate is not as huge, but maybe she can do it as well. Corvus, because I know that my team survives, which means I can get extra damage from Corvus, and which means I may save one try. So if in your case Corvus doesn't allow your team to survive, then obviously you need to play Esteros or some other tank can do it better. If your Corvus can survive, get your team, then well, why not try to do that, right? So we have 29 seconds. Now I need to be really careful. We have the tea party. So I hope that will be enough to remove the problem with our healing. 22 seconds. Okay, so now I don't stop. That's why I switch to healing. Check this out. So everyone's 2 seconds. So now I'm sure that we survived. That's why I can switch. And here we go. So yes, that was pretty close, but we did it. So remember that Corvus is a damage dealer as well. So if you can survive, then why not? Okay, so that means I finished everything. I can collect all my rewards. And I have some extra move points because I just collected a lot of energy. So I hope this video helps you to be a good fighter here. I really recommend ODH team or Jew team maybe if you want a straightforward to the boss pass, or if you are kind of try to collect everything, then you can also refer to my plan. And I don't recommend collecting every single location, just stop at 45 and you are okay. Thank you for watching, see you in my next videos, and good luck to you.